Lockdown is causing massive tourist cancellations. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because, well, we can't go out and buy coffee today, can we? And let's have a look at this article from ABC News discussing, well, the impact of the lockdown here in Brisbane. We're in a 3-day snap lockdown for not that many community transmission cases, but a lot of fear and a lot of political posturing from our Premier. So, Greater Brisbane's kick in the teeth. Pre-Easter coronavirus lockdown causes chaos and mass cancellations. Now, our tourism industry is doing it tough. I don't think there's anyone who would be shocked at the challenges of running a tourism business at the moment. I mean, who is going to travel interstate when you have this risk? What if you came into Brisbane and then boom, you're in a lockdown, and then you went home? Okay, now you've got to isolate for 2 weeks. That's the Australia we're in now, guys. This is the risk that you're facing. I feel real sorry for anyone that's in these businesses. It'd be a nightmare. This is the sovereign risk. Now, coming from our state, how long is this going to last? Are there even any political alternatives? Here in Queensland, we had the election. The Premier, Palaszczuk, came in. No problem at all. What was the alternative? The LNP leader wasn't really offering any alternatives to these interventions in the economy to mitigate the spread of the illness. It's just pretty much doing the same thing. So what's the point? This is causing damage to the economy. This is destroying jobs. What happened to risk assessment? So, beleaguered Queensland tourism operators have described Greater Brisbane's snap lockdown as a kick in the teeth, as the coronavirus circuit breaker, is that what we're calling it now, wipes out much-needed Easter holiday bookings. Yeah, just before Easter, everyone. Millions across the... And honestly, it's a 3-day lockdown, but, you know, they're going to let us know today if they'll extend it. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? It's nuts. Yesterday, I tried to get in a bit of Bunnings shopping, of course, as you do, before I realized I may have needed to buy some more builder's plastic. So it was interesting. At Bunnings, there's maybe 1 or 2 people that had already masked up, because you have to wear a mask from 5 p.m. And people were sharing on social media how they were leaving the city already in a mask. And it's kind of stupid because there's only so long you can wear these things before they become ineffective. But, you know, I think it was just for the social media photos. But other places I went to yesterday, you know, at 10 a.m. people were already all protecting themselves or protecting others. It's kind of pointless for me with the beard. You know. Millions across the 5 local government areas that encompass Greater Brisbane woke to a ghost town as strict stay-at-home restrictions remain, at least until Thursday evening. School students, hospitality workers, and guests at weddings and funerals have also been left in the lurch by the strict new measures which were imposed on Monday afternoon. Well, the school closed. I went to just after this was announced, I went to a in-classroom session at Mina's day school. And I'll probably talk about that in another video, but I've now enrolled her back in the distance school. We did it for a term, and she got some very valuable lessons, I think, in seeing that it's not that rosy going to day school. But it was interesting talking to the kids because they were all excited because they got a longer holiday. They were amped up. They went, yes, this is the last day of school. We get more holidays. So they loved it. The kids utterly loved it, which I thought was really funny. I was telling them how, because I grew up in Victoria. I did first few years of primary in Victoria. And when it got really hot, like 40 degrees, 45 degrees, we could go home. That was awesome. Never happened in Queensland, though. I'm annoyed. The lockdown is the latest blow for the state's tourism industry, after JobKeeper payments were cut off on Sunday. This is the thing. You've got to... What happened to... Now, someone in the comments is saying that Ipswich Hospital is nearly at capacity. Maybe we're not being told. But my understanding was, shouldn't this all be based on the capacity of our health services to handle it? And they're They're talking about the UK strain. Sure, it's more infectious, but is the morbidity rate as high? I mean, this. I feel sorry for these people. This is going to destroy confidence in anyone going to have a holiday. It's another point of risk. Timing couldn't be worse. Cairns Adventure Group Director Roderick Rees said he had already been swamped by booking cancellations for the busy Easter season. We understand that it's a health crisis first, and that's got to be dealt with, but the timing of it couldn't be worse, he said. The phone's been ringing hot since the announcement. We had one point where we had all our lines on the go, all doing cancellations simultaneously. Isn't that depressing? It's a real kick in the teeth up here. Other states and territories have been quick to impose travel restrictions on Queensland, and Mr. Rees said he feared the long-term implications of another lockdown. This is the thing, guys. It may only be 3 days, just 3 days. But the ramifications of it will last. It's like a recession. Only 2 quarters. But the ramifications last. It takes time to filter through. This is where they can't be doing any economic modelling of the impact of this, can they? They can't be. Other state, I've already read that. I think it's going to knock the confidence out of these southern states, New South Wales and Victoria, he said. Are we going to want to travel to Queensland? Who knows? Ken Illick, who runs the Brisbane Holiday Village, said more than $20,000 worth of accommodation bookings had been wiped out within a matter of hours. There's Brisbane Airport was swamped with travellers eager to escape Queensland. There you go. See, what's going to happen? So if they were infected and go to another state, but they get out before the lockdown, and they still... there have to be better ways. Look at what New South Wales is doing. It's very sad because it was the first time this year in the last 12 months that things were looking okay. Oh, mate. Oh, that's a punch. That's a kick in the teeth. That's horrible. Finally getting up off the dirt. And that jackboot comes right back down. People are just uncertain. They're scared, especially when they're interstate and they don't know if they're going to have to quarantine when they get home. Christmas and Easter are the 2 periods for the tourism industry. We need it. Highlights of senior year postponed. Schools across Greater Brisbane have also closed, with students instructed to learn from home for the last few days of term before Easter break. Oh, Paul, they're not going to learn from home. Although, we're going to work on we've got a 3D printer. I'll show you what we got. And we built a little volcano because Frederick's in prep, and we do the volcano experiment. Where they combine baking soda and vinegar and that. So I printed for 30 hours Mount Krakatoa. And now we've got to model up the top, like the little cup to put the liquids in, because the printer's stalled. So we're turning that into another project. I'm going to teach the kids how to use Blender. We're going to model that up. So we'll start that today. We'll do a little workshop where they'll learn 3D modeling. So there you go. It's going to do SketchUp, but it's not free anymore. It's web-based. They've ruined it. Anyway, back to this. Year 12 students at John Paul College in Logan were due to celebrate their school formal tonight, but the festivities have been called off until June. We were in an exam, so we didn't find out until a few hours after, and we almost didn't believe it at first, college captain Jessica Gaskell said. See, this is the thing. Why? This is Logan. Okay. The guy was up on the north side. Why don't we just put it, cut the city in half? Do that suburb. It's one of the highlights of our grade 12 year, and I think we'd all been looking forward to it. Everyone's quite disappointed, but we understand that it is for the best, and obviously this is what they're doing to prevent a major outbreak. People don't even question it, do they? Is that the most disturbing thing? That aside from a few commentators and the news and some people, loonies like me online, no one's questioning it. Lockdowns win elections, guys. College principal Karen Spiller said some exams in the school's large performance evening had been postponed. We're all prepared and know that this can happen at any given time, and while it's really disappointing, we do everything we can to assure the students that we will reschedule these important events, she said. Miss Spiller, why are people not married anymore in these positions? You know, isn't that the point of life? Have a family? Anyway. Safer is better than sorry. Oh. This is how they get you to comply. Fear. Fear. Australia is such a safety. It's used so much for political control of people here in Australia. It's crazy. Just look at the construction industry, all of the safety assessments, risk assessments that you have to do again and again and again. And then they're all bloody ignored. I still remember going out to Ipswich, the train station there. We worked on a project, and you know, I had to spend a whole day out there, and it was fees just blown away to walk around with these Queensland Rail people talking about little things. And then I went and showed them, look at this. This is a fire escape that's full of crap. Old signage, flammable material, things that can fall down the stairs and impede this escape path. Oh, look, there's another one here, no lighting. And I told you about this months ago. These are real things, not the things you're talking about in a project that isn't going to even have public in it. So that's, yeah, bureaucrats, guys. I'm not this cynical for fun. The grey beard has appeared with time. So, the new restrictions mean weddings are capped at 10 people, while funerals have a maximum of 20 mourners. Funeral company director Alex Gale said he had 14 services planned over the next 3 days, which some loved ones would no longer be able to attend. The families understand we're in a terrible situation, Mr. Gale said. Most of them are going ahead. Some have chosen to postpone us after Easter. Hospitality venues have also felt the pain. The Australian Hotels Association has called on the federal government to provide targeted temporary financial support to affected businesses. This is the thing. Would people be so compliant if the government wasn't handing out money? Would people be so compliant if they didn't realise our government can't hand out the money? They're in debt, so they're going to tax it back out of us in the future. Robert Samero from Brisbane Cafe La Dolce Vita said he was shocked by the snap lockdown, which has forced the business to slash staff hours. The consequence is losing money, trying to find money for the rent, expenses like electricity, he said. I'm feeling sorry for some of the part-time people that work here, because now that JobKeeper has finished, it's going to be hard for them. See, people are going to start to feel the reality of this government lockdowns. When people start not being able to feed themselves, do you think they're going to feel, you know, it'll be 3 days. Do you think they're going to feel that this is an appropriate measure? And remember all the fake news. The media just jumped on the fact that that guy had a party, which is complete bunk. Jean Tazi, who works at Phuket Kitchen, Thai restaurant in Albany Creek, said she supported the lockdown. Why? Why? Why do you support it? It's destroying your business. I guess takeaway or delivery will be better because I think it's safer, better than sorry. Oh boy. Safer is better than sorry. Maybe criticism of it is in the minority, everyone. Maybe realizing that acclaimed epidemiologists have been critical of these methodologies in the past and recommended not implementing them is in the minority. Maybe realizing that the efficacy of them in mitigating morbidity can't be determined. Lockdowns win elections. What do you reckon? So there we have it, everyone. The tourism industry in Brisbane and Queensland. It's kind of depressing. As always, thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links on Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, and AussieBroadband. Take care. Have a great day. I will see you all next time. Bye for now.